The Bernalillo County Metropolitan Court is one of a kind. In fact, it's the only metropolitan court in the state of New Mexico. The state legislature saw the need for a court that consolidated the functions of the Albuquerque Municipal Court, the Bernalillo County Magistrate Court, and a small claims court into a single court operation and authorized the Metropolitan Court in 1980. Metro Court quickly became the busiest court in the state, but has never lost sight of its place as a community court. The courthouse we currently occupy at 4th and Lomas was opened in January of 2004. The court had previously been located at 2nd and Tijeras, at 4th and Marquette in the city's police department headquarters building, and at 4th and Roma. Metro Court, best known by the large scales of justice sculpture in our courtyard, is part of Albuquerque's downtown courthouse district, sandwiched between the U.S. Federal District Court and the 2nd Judicial District Court. Many visit the Metropolitan Court to address a simple traffic ticket or to handle a landlord-tenant complaint. But the court also works to solve other serious issues that plague our community. Over the course of 18 years, Metro Court has established 7 problem-solving and specialty courts meant to address many of these issues. The most well-known being the DWI Recovery Court, formerly known as the DWI Drug Court. The program was established at Metro Court in 1997 and prides itself in the low rearrest rate of those who graduate from the program and the new lease on life stories shared by many at graduation. In 2015, the Urban Native American Healing to Wellness Court was reestablished in the program. The court encourages participants to reconnect with their tribal traditions and ceremonies while offering treatment and counseling. Metro Court's Domestic Violence Early Intervention Program and its Domestic Violence Repeat Offender Program both work to end the cycle of domestic violence at different stages. In addition to the required treatment, counseling, supervision, and judicial oversight of participants, the programs also offer counseling and services to victims and children. In 2014, Metro Court started a veterans track within its Domestic Violence Early Intervention Program. And in fiscal year 15, 25 new veterans enrolled in the growing program.
All rise. The Metropolitan Court in the state of New Mexico.
Our Homeless Court and Courts to School program take a literal meaning of going out into the community. Homeless Court is held at St. Martin's Hospitality Center in the heart of Albuquerque's downtown. The idea? To ease homeless defendants' anxieties about entering a courthouse by holding court in this less intimidating environment, where defendants are also able to keep belongings by their side. Our Courts to School program travels to various high schools and colleges across Bernalillo County and gives students a real-life look at the judicial process. When the program began in 2010, our facility staff built a traveling judge's bench. This, along with the state seal, flags, and gavel, are transported to each session. Defendants convicted of a second DWI offense are sentenced in front of an assembly of students. The defendants then address the students, talking about the choices they have made and the impact those choices have had on their lives. In turn, the defendants receive partial credit towards their required community service hours. The defendant is then taken into custody in front of the students and transported to serve the mandatory jail time. After this, the judge opens the floor to Q&A, where the students have an opportunity to ask the judge, attorneys, and police officers about what they just saw, about other legal questions, or even how to pursue a career in one of their chosen fields. Our Mental Health Court and Competency Court provide an invaluable service to the community. Those diagnosed with a mental health disorder and accepted into the Mental Health Court program are offered treatment, counseling, and assistance connecting with community resources. Through judicial oversight and probation monitoring, those who complete the program improve their functional level of mental health, life skills, living conditions, and are less likely to reoffend. Competency Court facilitates the timely and efficient processing of orders for competency evaluations. The facilitation includes the scheduling of defendants for evaluations, along with the receipt and distribution of reports in a manner consistent with confidentiality and other statutory requirements. Like other courts in the state, Metro Court judges volunteer their time to oversee our problem-solving and specialty court programs, often giving up their lunch hours or staying past 5.
Right now, you're going to have an interlock on both cars, right?
Yes.
Our probation division is the only in-house probation department in the state judiciary. The probation officers have the responsibility of ensuring court compliance to promote positive changes in the life of defendants through supervision and intervention strategies.
Okay, thank you. Have a good afternoon. Thanks.
Metro Court operates 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, as staff from our Background Investigations Division process bonds at all hours. Court staff working from the Metropolitan Detention Center initiate cases and notify staff at the court as new cases, warrants, and violation reports come in from law enforcement. Staff at the court interview defendants via video before they are booked to determine if they are eligible for release on their own recognizance, and if not, set bond until the defendant sees a judge. Our judges hear misdemeanor custody arraignments and felony first appearances 7 days a week. Here, technology is key. Rather than transporting defendants the 17 miles between the jail and the court, a video system was put in place to facilitate communication between the two. Documents are also processed via the system, where electronic signatures are obtained and paperwork exchanged. Technology has also played a key role in our judges' review of after-hour felony warrants. Metro Court judges share this duty with the judges from the neighboring 2nd Judicial District Court. Law enforcement officers are able to submit warrants electronically for the judge's review, and the judge is able to sign and return the warrant. Metro Court's 19 judges are each assigned an average of 4,000 to 5,000 new cases each year. The caseload in step with the rising population in Bernalillo County. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, from 2010 to 2014, 13,000 new residents moved into Bernalillo County, where the median household income for 2013 was just over $47,000. Of Metro Court's 19 judges, 16 are assigned to the court's criminal division, and 3 make up the court's civil division. Metro Court is a court of limited jurisdiction, meaning our judges cannot sentence a defendant to more than 364 days in jail, order a fine over $1,000 on a single charge, or hear a civil matter where the amount in dispute exceeds $10,000. Unlike other courts of limited jurisdiction in New Mexico, all of Metro Court's judges are attorneys who are required to be members of the New Mexico State Bar and must have practiced law for a minimum of 3 years. On average, 4,000 visitors walk through Metro Court's doors each day, many of them to serve as jurors. Jurors report to Metro Court 5 days a week. In fiscal year 2015, Metro Court's jury division distributed approximately 9,000 jury summonses. Many also visit Metro Court to address a traffic or parking citation. The court has a traffic arraignment courtroom designated to hear these types of cases. A special prosecutor is available to discuss options with the person cited, which can include having the case set for trial at a later date, or entering into a possible plea agreement and having the case resolved that day. Our Self-Help Center provides an integral service to those who wish to represent themselves in civil or criminal matters. The center provides procedural information, forms, and community and legal resources in both English and Spanish. Metro Court's Self-Help Center drafted the civil pamphlets that are now available in Spanish and have been adopted by the Judicial Education Center and are used statewide at the magistrate courts. This division of 2 serves more than 1,000 customers per month in person and over the phone, and continues to receive recognition for its outstanding service to the community. Metro Court's Mediation Division assists parties in resolving their case so they don't have to go to court. The division is approaching its 30th year of operation. What began as a pilot program in 1986 has evolved into the largest ongoing court mediation program in the state of New Mexico. The Mediation Division recruits and maintains a pool of approximately 100-plus professionally trained mediators who provide well over 1,000 hours of volunteer time to the court each year.
Metro Court, this is Margaret. How may I help you?
Criminal and civil case financial transactions, cash bonds, motion and pleading filings, the scheduling of educational programs, and information regarding community service are all handled by the court's Customer Service Division. In fiscal year 2015, Our customer service division served approximately 75,000 customers in person and fielded nearly 104,000 customer phone calls. The court manages an operating budget of just over $27 million. Through this, MetroCourt is responsible for the maintenance and security of its 9-floor, 248,000 square foot building and its neighboring 348,000 square foot multi-level parking facility. The parking facility provides space for approximately 900 vehicles, the driver improvement and DWI schools, the motor vehicle department, state offices, and a retail tenant. In addition to managing the court's budget, our finance division processed nearly 13,000 cash, surety, and property bail bonds, totaling approximately $40 million during fiscal year 15. And for a 7th consecutive year, the court's annual external audit had no findings. MetroCourt opens its doors to the community through its annual hosting of the Gene Franchini Regional and State Finals mock trial competition. Each spring, hundreds of high school students from across the state flood our courthouse doors, competing for a chance to move on to the national level. Our judges free up their dockets, allowing the students to use their courtrooms for the trials. Many also serve as volunteer judges with the program. In addition to the countless weddings performed by our judges throughout the year, MetroCourt hosts Wedding Central on Valentine's Day each year. Staff assists in scheduling and the processing of paperwork, while our judges take time off the bench and often work through their lunch hours to perform weddings for the dozens of couples that visit that day. The judges and staff of the Bernalillo County Metropolitan Court are proud of the work done at the court each day. They strive to provide the efficient, consistent, and fair administration of justice while remaining a pillar in our community.